Good morning, students. Welcome to a special lesson by Samyajit Sir channel. So today I am going to discuss about the alcohol. So what is an alcohol basically? So the alcohol is a organic compound having the hydroxyl group. Okay. So what is the boiling point of a alcohol? So the alcohol having the intermolecular hydrogen bonding results the formation of higher boiling point. So my dear students, so when the alcohol is heated, it is having the higher boiling point. It is a very important thing. So after that, the oxygen act as a nucleophile due to the presence of lone pair. So while we are giving the oxygen to the alcohol, so it has having the nucleophile due to the presence of lone pair. As oxygen act as a nucleophile because it has some lone pair. That means the two pair of lone pair present on the head of the oxygen atom. Okay. So we'll discuss about the solubility. So alcohol are soluble in nature. Okay. Why? Because having the hydrogen bond. Due to the presence of hydrogen bond, these are soluble in water. Okay, that means these are polar in nature. After that, the nomenclature. While we'll discuss about the nomenclature, the important thing is that the carbon atom having the OH group. Okay, and when we are naming the alcohol group, we abstract that we remove the the final okay, from the alkane and add the suffix ol. That means while we are naming, we have to name it as a suppose the two carbon is present, okay, then we are taking it ethanol. While three carbon is present, we can say it propanol. Okay, likewise similarly here we have see the examples here. Okay, so first we have to find out the longest carbon chain. Okay, after that we can give the nomenclature. Okay, so here you have in the first figure you have seen that there are two methyl group of attached to the first carbon. So here having the 2 methyl, so the naming is 2 methyl propanol. Okay, the naming is 2 methyl propanol. Very important. The next one is, what is the next one? The next one is having the 2 propane 1 ol. That means here propane is attached at the second position. Okay, propene. So okay, that means double bond is attached here. So here 2 propene 1 ol. Okay, this is the general idea. And while we are going to discuss about the your cyclic organic compounds, okay, aromatic compounds, then here the benzene ring, here this is known as your cyclohexane, and when the OH group is present, we have to remove the E from the last part and we have to add the OL at that position. Okay, so the name becomes cyclohexanol. Okay, so this is the general idea about the nomenclature. Okay, hope you understand. So after that, the chemical reactivity. So here is the chemical reactivity. What is that? That is that you have seen here. The while we are dehydrated the alcohol. Okay, well we are dehydrated the alcohol, it becomes the alkoxynium ion, and after the rearrangement, it becomes what? It becomes the carbocation. Very important thing. The carbocation is a compound having the positive charge at the middle of the carbon. Okay, very important thing. Then after that, the carbocation having the hydration, that means the addition of water, it becomes the 2 methyl prop 1 in. Okay, propene. Okay, this is the general idea about the chemical reaction of an alcohol. Okay, the formation of carbocation is RDS here. So try to make this stable carbocation by the rearrangement. So generally the alcohol after the dehydration it forms the carbocation. Okay, very simpler thing. And the carbocation while getting hydrated it forms the 2-methyl propylene. Okay, so how to use the or how to prepare the alcohol? So some basic preparations are there to prepare the alcohol. Okay, generally by the oxidation. Okay, while the lowest oxidation state having the methane, okay, when it is oxidized it forms, okay, it forms the methyl alcohol. Very important thing, it is a very important thing. While the lowest oxidation state having the methyl group, when it is oxidized it forms the alcohol, methyl alcohol. Okay, after that the aldehyde group, very important. While the alcohol is heated, very important thing, when the alcohol is having the oxidation it forms the aldehyde or ketone. Okay, and after the aldehyde or ketone oxidized it forms the carboxylic acid. Okay, and carboxylic acid again oxidized to form the highest oxidation state, that is the carbon dioxide. Okay, very important. It is a very general thing, but it is very important one. Okay, because during your competitive examination it will ask the different steps, okay, of the alcohol, of the alcoholic reaction, so you have to remember it. So first one is, while you are taking the alcohol, okay, while you are taking the alcohol, how to prepare the alcohol from the higher from the lower oxidation state like the methane. Okay, while the methane is oxidized from the alcohol is oxidized from the aldehyde or ketone. Okay, and when the aldehyde or ketone group is oxidized from the carboxylic acid, after that the carboxylic acid when it is oxidized from the highest oxidation state like the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, and there are some ways how the alcohol is produced, it is given here. Okay, so this is very simpler term, I am going to discuss one by one. So here my dear students, when we are react with the Grignard's reagent, okay, very important thing. When we react with the Grignard reagent in the presence of dry ether, this is the example I am going to discuss. Okay, so when the Grignard reagents are react with the dry ether, what will happen? It forms the alcohol. Okay, after that, when the ether is react, okay, when the ether, okay, this is the example I am discussing here. When the ether is having the hydrolyzed, having the hydration, it forms the alcoholic group. Okay, so this is some basic ideas. So okay, so after that the catalytic hydrogenation, very important thing. So when the aldehyde is catalytic hydrated, that means the reduction is occurs. Okay, when the aldehyde is reduced, okay, we have read that when the alcohol is oxidized we found what? We found the aldehyde or ketone. Okay, we found aldehyde the ketone. And in the other hand, when the aldehyde and ketone are reduced it forms the alcohol. Very important. So you have to remember the things. This is just a vice versa steps. The aldehyde when it is treated with platinum, okay, which is a catalyst. Okay, so when the aldehyde is undergoes the reduction it forms the primary alcohol. Okay, and when the ketone is undergoes the reduction it forms the secondary alcohol. Okay, this is the general difference between the aldehyde and ketone reaction. Okay, hope you will understand. After that, the ether. What is a ether? Okay, so ether is a compound. Okay, ether is an organic compound that contains an oxygen between the two alkyl and or aryl group. Okay, it may be two alkyl group, it may be two aryl group. So basically this is the general idea about the ether. Generally the ether compounds are used as a dye, used as a perfume, oils, waxes, etc. Different industrial uses are there. Okay, and ether are named as alkoxyalkane. Okay, this is the general nomenclature of a ether. So how it is named here, you have to listen here. So first you have to choose the alkyl group and alkoxy group. So first you have to calculate the alkyl group, after that the alkoxy group. Generally, when there is an example is given having the CH3O, that means when you are okay, you have you have a here you have a question that, okay, so I am going to discuss here, like, okay, this is no. So you have that question here. Suppose there is a question having CH3O CH3. Okay, so the first one is what is the first one? This is the first one having the alkoxy group. Okay, after that this is the alkane group. Okay, so while we are naming this, we have to keep in mind that, okay, so generally while we are going to naming the ether group, okay, we have to keep in mind that we have to first choose the alkoxy group, after that the alkyl group. Okay, so the name is alkoxyalkane. So generally, what is the name, what will be the name, of course, generally, okay, suppose the example is given that suppose here written as CH3, okay, O CH3. Okay, so here this is the first, we have to write this methoxy, then methane. Okay, so we have to choose this part. Okay, we have to choose this part first, then this part. So methoxy methane, hope you will understand. Okay, so this is for today. We'll discuss on the another topic on tomorrow. Okay, so keep watching, don't forget to subscribe and keep reading. Thank you.